Hi, welcome to part 2 of our series of why we started caravanning. In part 1, I'll put a link which is up there somewhere. In part 1, I discuss why we got into caravanning and the decisions we made on the journey to getting our first caravan, or at least deciding to get a caravan. So part 2, which is where you are now, part 2, follow us on the journey of getting our first caravan, what we decided to get and where we decided to get it from. Thanks for watching.
It's alright.
It's Caravan Vlog.
This is quality caravan vlogging. Now the layout was the other way round to UK caravans. I mean, obviously the door was on the other side, which is something we didn't really appreciate too much because we'd never owned a British caravan. It didn't really matter to us. The bed was at the front where I'm sitting now. The dining area, the U-shaped lounge, was at the back of the caravan, so completely the opposite to UK caravans. But there was windows around the back, and I'll put some pictures up so you can have a look. A few more discussions with this dealer, and we got a very reasonable price. So we said we'd buy one. As an afterthought, I said, can you also add a microwave? And he mailed me back saying, like, why do you want a microwave? Don't you have microwave fitted? We'll add €400 to the price, and you'll lose a cupboard. If you could buy like a cheap microwave for £30 and just put it on the side. I thought, that's great, that's a great idea. He saved me £400. A bit more negotiation went on, and we decided to buy this caravan. We had to go out to Germany to pick it up, so I had to get the tow bar fitted to the car. The guy said, oh, what would you need, 2 7s or a 13-pin plug? I had no idea. I didn't know, well, 2 7s, 13 what? So he said, I'll tell you what, I'll get you 2 7s and buy yourself an adapter in case it's a 13. It was a 13-pin. But then came the time that we had to drive out there to pick it up. It was from Mönchengladbach in Germany, not too far south, so it was within reach. So we decided to do it in a day. So I've never towed before. We drove out there, set the sat nav, and off we went. And sort of a late in the day ferry got us there fairly early in the morning, so we arrived there at 10 in the morning. Looked at the caravan, all brilliant, it looked good. Went into the office, meet the guy. We agreed already that I'd pay on a European banker's draft, which I did. Spoke to the salesman, handed over the banker's draft from Nationwide. It's not a bank he'd heard of. He went out the back. About 15 minutes later, he came back. He said, "Oh, it's okay." I spoke to his dad, who's the owner. He knows Nationwide, and it's all very good. And we paid, which is wow. That was a really stressful 15 minutes. I drove all the way out to Germany, and he wouldn't recognise the banker's draft that I'd got. So we went back out into the forecourt. He pointed out, there's a caravan over there. Me and my daughter walked over to it, sitting there really nice. So of course we jumped straight in. I have a look around. Oh, this is nice, excited. I rushed to the back to look at. Oh, look at this lounge. Didn't realise, and the guy shouted something, but I couldn't understand. He's very good English, but I just couldn't quite grasp what he'd said. What he was saying was the legs aren't down, and I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. So I rushed straight to the back. Single axle, boom, down on a. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing. Wow, what such a novice. I had no idea at all about caravans.
It's Caravan Vlog.
A bit of a laugh at my expense, because he was like, "What is it with you British people? Why?" He was laughing. He was saying, "Why have you got like 2 7 pins on your tow bar?" I said, "Oh, don't worry, I've got an adapter." He was like, "Oh good." So obviously took a spare number plate with me. He went to fit the number plates, and he's laughing again. He says, "Why have you got? Do you have different size number plates? You have bigger number plates. They have to have a number plate adapter, especially for UK number plates." So he connects up this adapter. Of course, it doesn't work. Oh my god! So he got this big wooden board out with all the connectors on, and so anyway, he ended up rewiring the connector a bit so that he could get the caravan lights working. Obviously, we were driving straight back to the UK, and we wouldn't get back till later that evening or in the early hours of next morning, so I'd have needed the lights on. He could connect up the external lights, but none of the 12-volt stuff inside would work. On the way back, the sat-nav played up. It was actually a TomTom that plugged into a cigarette lighter, and the cigarette lighter was a bit wonky, and I was driving down this motorway and the sat-nav went blank because it had run out of battery. Of course, I didn't have a map with me. I had no idea how to get back. I managed to pull over and get it working. So this is me now towing. Never towed before. So I pulled into a garage, fuel, a little bit of diesel, a little bit nervous because I could see that the lorry side was much wider. So I went into the lorry side, pulled in, jumped out, picked up the diesel nozzle. It wouldn't fit in the car, wouldn't fit in. It was too big. Oh my god, what have I done here? They didn't really twig that lorries have a wider nozzle. You can't use the same pumps. I didn't know. And I was really low on petrol. So off we went to the next petrol station, did the same thing. I thought, I'm not going where the cars go, I want to go where the lorries go because it's a bigger area. Thinking maybe that petrol station, I don't know. Picked up the next nozzle, went to put it in, again it wouldn't fit. And the red light's on now, that I'm like in the middle of Belgium or something, I don't know, on the motorway. Third petrol station, just thought, oh, I'll just go in where the cars go. Of course, then it was okay, I filled up petrol and everything was good. So it was kind of a bit, and I wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be towing. Of course, I had to get it onto the ferry, which at Dover, Calais was okay, straight on. At Dover, I mean they've changed it now, but at Dover it was a really bendy, windy road as you come into customs and like high curbs, and it was like really. I'm thinking, my goodness, if they pull me up here, you know, where have you been? I've just been to buy a caravan. Like, would I have to pay extra tax? I don't know. And I know in Germany caravans are registered much like cars are, so we had like a registration document, so we had all that stuff with us. Anyway, we weren't pulled up and we just drove straight through. Ended up getting back home at about 11 o'clock at night, so we left at, so it took 24 hours it took us to go to Germany, pick up the caravan and tow it back. So things we learned about the first caravan. Well, firstly, it didn't really have a proper cooker. You do need a proper cooker in this country because you can't do all your cooking outside in December. The habitation door being on the wrong side is an absolute showstopper. For example, when you back onto a pitch, open your door, you're facing the British caravan, you're facing their door. So if you attach an awning, your awnings are facing awnings, which this is one little bugbear of mine with motorhomes. If they go on a pitch frontways, then their door is facing your caravan door. I went to a few caravan club sites and asked them if I could put the caravan on frontways so that the door, and they wouldn't have it. Absolutely fire hazard, and absolutely some real wardens. There, I've said it. I mean, they really were at the time. I'm having a row with a bloke because I was saying, look, if the caravan's on fire, what are you going to do? Tow it through the site? And catch fire all the other caravans, or you're just going to let it here, call the fire brigade, let it burn here and put it out? You're not going to tow it off, are you, when it's a flaming caravan? And he was like, no, rules are rules, which, you know, we all know caravan club rules. So that's it, that was our first caravan. It was a Naus 450 FU Sudwind. There you go, I've remembered. I don't actually have any pictures of it, or at least not any digital pictures. I might have some in the loft, so I'll put, during this video I would have put just stock images of the caravan, not our actual one. The last sort of part of this story was, so when I came to sell it, I just thought it'd be a good idea to get a motorhome like you do. So we sold the caravan, sold the tow car that we had, and with the proceeds we bought a cheaper car and a motorhome. So I put it for sale on eBay. So I got a call from a guy an English guy who lived in Germany, and he's been looking for one of these caravans, exactly the caravan that I had. So he did the reverse. He drove from Germany to England, picked up the caravan and drove back to Germany, which I thought was really good. So basically the caravan had gone home. He was happy, I was happy, and how weird is that? I mean, I'm not sure how easy it would have been for me to sell the German caravan in the UK. Because of the door being the wrong side. I mean, it's not something we ever thought of because we weren't caravanners, we didn't know. Anyway, that's probably it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.